about the different insulins available in FlexPen at myflexpen.com. FlexPen, insulin delivery that goes with you.
Today we're letting you know if it's really contagious and what happens if it's not a cold, it's not the flu.
What if it's really contagious? Well, the doctor lets you know. What if it's something that's on borderline?
My older son
What's the real deal?
Playmate come over, and when the mother came to pick up that child, her infant daughter was coughing a lot. And I asked her, does your child have whooping cough? And she says, she might. We don't immunize, and she's been not feeling very well lately. A week later, I ended up with a very bizarre upper respiratory infection, and I would cough and cough and cough and cough. I gave birth to a very strong, healthy baby boy, Colin, and when I kissed him for the first time, I passed pertussis right on to him. Pertussis is very serious for infants.
Pertussis is serious,
pneumonia,
very serious for infants.
As
She
well
passed
as
it on
brain
when she
damage and
first
seizures.
kissed him.
Ultimately, it could lead to
What
death in
can
infants.
she do? What can he do? What can you
Literally
do?
almost killed my
It can
baby,
even lead to
and
death.
it was completely preventable. The vaccine doesn't last for a full lifetime. We need a booster later in life. I think it's fair for every parent to insist that everyone who shares the air with their infant is fully vaccinated.
And that was a message from an organization called P Kids. And right now we have Jenny here in our audience who has a question about this. So, Jenny, welcome.
Thank you. I had my baby 8 weeks ago.
Yay!
Congratulations! Wow. I'm looking at that and I'm just like, wow, that's really scary. I got the whooping cough vaccination in the hospital. My husband got it and my mother-in-law got it. But since she's been born, there has been a parade of visitors coming over and wanting to kiss her and touch her and hold her. And now I'm like, does everyone need to get the vaccination? Like, should I just have like a check at the door?
Yeah, right. Just have the shots at the door, right?
Right.
You know,
Well, and this is a great chance to talk about how vaccinations.
So should
save
everyone
lives.
get vaccinated?
you know,
So
I applaud you
little
for making
young
sure
ones
everybody that's going to be
don't
around your new
catch
baby,
something.
dad,
What you
mom,
gonna do?
grandparents,
Are you
and
gonna
anybody,
stop everybody?
You know, frequently is getting
Here's
vaccination because that's really
an
important
answer
because
from
with whooping cough,
one
you know,
doctor
a
on the
baby
show.
isn't
What's he
protected
gonna
from
say?
it until
Let's
they've
listen.
had
Oh.
3 doses of the vaccine, and that doesn't happen until they're 6 months old. All right. But it's the babies under 6 months old that are at highest risk for a severe case of whooping cough or pertussis. It's the same thing. But your question, should you have everybody that's ever going to hold your baby make sure they have the vaccine? You probably don't need to go that overboard. But this is something I tell my moms all the time. If somebody's going to hold your baby, make sure they don't have a cough or a cold. Make sure they've washed their hands with a hand sanitizer that you're going to keep in the diaper bag. And make sure they don't get too close face to face. That should be protection enough. But it's kind of a little bit ironic is that everybody actually should be getting a booster anyways. So
If you're a new parent,
yeah,
for certain, and if you're around kids a lot, you should get the booster. It's called Tdap. And that tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis. So in that one vaccination, you're protected against 3 different things. And we all know, okay, every 10 years I'm supposed to get a tetanus update. But this is a unique booster as an adult when childhood immunity wears off, assuming that you did receive the childhood vaccinations.
And you know, and one of the reasons why whooping cough is so common out there is because, like we saw in the PSA, the vaccine wears off. So as an adult or a teenager, you may just think you have a cold or maybe even bronchitis, and you're walking around spreading this for a few weeks before you finally get treatment. And then who knows who you've been exposed to. But then the baby gets what looks like a little cold at first, but then after a week or so, it starts to get worse. And they get these coughing fits, and they cough so hard. A lot of people don't, think they hear whooping cough, they're not scared of it. As a pediatrician and as ER doctor, I've seen babies in the ICU that are coughing so hard that they can't breathe. They don't have time to breathe, and the baby is getting a lack of oxygen.
Cough so hard you got no time to breathe.
And that's what causes either death
that
or
could lead
brain
to
damage because they don't
death
get
or
the oxygen to their
brain
Yeah,
damage
but you're
due
doing
to
great
lack of
things. One
oxygen.
thing you can have at the
in the
door is hand
blood
sanitizer.
going to the brain.
And there actually has been a change by the CDC for
So there's
pregnant
been a
women
change.
now as of June of 2011 or this year.
Hand
They used to only
sanitizers are being
recommend it for
used.
pregnant women after delivery,
It's the
but
new
now you
rage.
can actually get it in the second and third trimester. And the reason for that is they believe that now it can impart some antibodies
Yeah.
to the newborn. So that's going to be helpful, but you can get fantastic. Keep your baby safe.
Thank you so much for being with us, and best of luck.
Thank you.
And absolutely right, it's called hip disease, but why it might be first on your list of illnesses to watch for. Plus, we're revealing the most contagious places at the office. How to avoid getting sick while you're at work is next.
What are some of the most contagious places at the office? How can you avoid getting sick? Well, let's take a whiff. What can you do to stay safe at work
What's the
or other
biggest
places?
mistake you could make during flu season?
That's no
Find
quirk.
out next.
Closed captioning provided by
OsteoBiflex with 5 locks in advance shows improvement in joint comfort within 7 days. OsteoBiflex, the #1 doctor and pharmacist recommended brand.
More people choose Ashley Furniture Home Store than any other store. Because Ashley designs and builds it, you get more without paying more. Ashley Furniture Home Store, the #1 name in furniture.
Thank you, Curel. Thank you, Curel. Thank you, Curel. Curel Ultra Healing Lotion instantly relieves and prevents dry skin. Your search for dry skin relief is over.
Lerner and Lowe's My Fair Lady, October 22nd to 23rd.